Well, it's another week in GTA Online where the money bonuses pretty much just suck, and so you're probably taking a break from the game. But I recommend you log in at least daily to try and unlock some of the free vehicles that we have for this week. Some of them you can jump into game and potentially unlock both of them today, honestly. The first one is an awesome high-performance German coupe that has amazing customization options and beautiful exhaust sounds. And the other is also a really beautiful car, aesthetically speaking, but it is another EV, so definitely expect some similar quirks with this car like all of the others in the game if you're a player who likes these kind of electric sports cars. But if I said it was based on a Porsche, would that make it a little bit more enticing? Either way though, getting both of these when they cost millions is not a bad deal at all, and we're going to be checking out both of these today. I'll showcase to you how you can unlock them, as well as of course I'll be testing out their performance on the track to see if they're actually worth their salt or not. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in, and let's get started. So first up, I'm going to do it differently this week. We have the LS Car Meet prize ride, which I'll be talking about first, and that is the Obe Ad Drafter. It's priced with a retail value of $718,000, and it's from the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC update. And to win this sports car, you need to place top 3 in LS Car Meet Series races for 4 consecutive days in a row. The Obe Ad Drafter stands out in its category with really impressive performance in my opinion. It's particularly noted for the exceptional acceleration it has. Even though its top speed isn't the highlight, it features one of the finest braking systems in its class as well, and handling that can rival some supercars too. For players aiming to be competitive in the sports category, acquiring the Obe Ad Drafter is a very smart move. It offers performance that surpasses many vehicles within the same class. It sounds great, and it's super fun to drive. And here is the Obe Ad Drafter. Now, is this version that I have customized here a little bit over the top? Yes, I would agree. I think if I were to lose something here besides changing like the livery and the paint job, I'd probably just lose the spoiler, because the car looks great with just like the stock spoiler, or if you add that slightly smaller lip spoiler to it. But I am just going to keep it as is, just because I think it honestly, it kind of works well with the car. So this is the customization we're rocking today. Let's go take it to the track and see how it is. Make sure to check out U4GM. They offer cheap GTA Online cash, handcrafted high-level GTA 5 accounts with lots of money, and even custom boost services. With over 8,000 comments on Trustpilot, check my link in the description and use my code HAZARD for 5% off. So we're just gonna launch right off the line, and as you can see, the Obe Ad Drafter has absolutely incredible acceleration, especially from a dig. Even if you're gonna be in like second and third gear with this car, it's absolutely great. And one of my favorite things about this car is probably the exhaust notes as well. When we were reviewing the Obe iWagon from the previous week, which was last week's prize ride vehicle actually, you guys heard me talking about the fact that, you know, the Obe iWagon's cool looking. I think Rockstar did a really good job with the cosmetics and aesthetics with the car. But obviously, since it's an electric vehicle, you're missing the beautiful engine and exhaust notes. And if they just gave that car either the Tailgater S or these, oh no, the Obe Ad Drafter exhaust, it would be even better. And so that's kind of what we're rocking with right here. This car, it's a treat to drive. It sounds amazing. It's got some of the better exhaust notes in the game. I love this kind of V8 sound we got rocking here. And it's no different on, I guess, like, yeah, the Obe Tailgater S. You could hear it on the Obe Ad Drafter a little bit better. And if we had like an Audi Q4, which would basically be the Obe iWagon if it was like not the e-tron SUV, if it was just actually like a normal ICE car, it would be even better. And so we're just going to continue taking these turns. This is usually the hardest part of driving in the game on this track while we do this course. And I think we're handling it okay. We did have a tiny mishap earlier where I went head on into a truck, towing a little trailer right there. That is a beautiful drift. Oh my lord. This thing, you know, you'd think, okay, this car may step out on you sometimes, only if you're going like over a hill on a turn and then you're coming back down the hill. That is when you'll notice the car kind of step out on you. But that's, you know, gonna be the case in any single car, right? If you're coming down a hill and you're making a turn, the car's gonna be really, really planted. Now back to what I was saying before we even got this course started. If we could shoot for 2 minutes 45 seconds, I guess I'll revise that now to 2 minutes and 50 seconds since we did crash and then we did hit that other car. I don't really think that second crash took time off, but that first one definitely took a couple seconds off. Not the biggest deal in the world, but it is what it is. I was not expecting that Pegasi and Furnace right there to make that left-hand turn. Oh, whoa, okay, we almost flipped right there. I had to catch it, and thankfully we did. You normally don't experience that with this car, but I guess that is something I should point out. Maybe keep in mind that somehow this car is a little bit top-heavy than it may appear. I mean, it's pretty planted to the ground and pretty firm, but You know, watch out going over curbs and stuff because you may find yourself flipping. I will tell you, I've never like flipped while driving this car. I mean, if you try and flip it and you crash or something like that, yes, but for normal driving and testing, not really. Let's see the time here. 2 minutes 45 seconds flat. Let's call it 2:43 if we didn't hit that one truck towing like the little U-Haul head on. Overall, an incredible car. I mean, listen to the exhaust notes, man. I love this thing so much. This is definitely like a top 15, top 20 favorite vehicle in the game for me. And, you know, for the prize ride challenge, yes, it's a bit of a requirement, but it's absolutely worth it. Honestly, this car is worth it at full retail value as well, so you might as well pick it up. Now, this week's Diamond Casino and Resort podium vehicle is the Pfister Neon, and it's valued at $1,500,000, and it was featured with the Doomsday Heist DLC. As an all-electric car in this game, the Neon excels with its instantaneous acceleration and really high torque, so it's a contender among electric sports cars, and the competitive edge from this car is further enhanced by the really good handling and braking capabilities, which allow for smooth maneuvering in tight spaces as well as sharp corners. But one thing you have to watch out for here is the traction. Like, the turning radius is good, but the traction, in my opinion, leaves a lot to be desired because the car will stay planted and it won't really do anything unexpected until it does. And when it does, at least in my opinion, I find it very, very hard to correct. That being said though, the top speed is going to be more akin to the Raiden, which is going to be relatively low for an electric car, and that's going to be a drawback in situations like stunt races or honestly any type of race where top speed is going to be more valuable than just acceleration, handling, things like that. Despite all this though, I think the Neon still remains a solid option for those out there looking for a blend of immediate power as well as very precise control during their city driving, and it is a podium vehicle, so you can just spin the lucky wheel and try and unlock it for free. And here is the Pfister Neon. Now, this is a very, very quick car off the line as well. As you can see, in terms of the customization, it's not the best time of day. It's actually a little bit hazy and almost foggy out, and so the blaze red metallic doesn't look super great. We have a blaze red metallic on here with the sunrise orange, and then I went for chrome dual stripes, dual racing stripes. I've never put chrome on a car, but I kind of wanted it to match like the outer rim of the actual wheel itself, and also sort of like the chrome trim on like the door handles and stuff like that. I feel like it kind of works, you know, match like the mounts for the spoiler and everything. I love the Pfister Neon. Like, the tail end is like just beautiful Porsche design right there, but then of course the front, I feel like it leaves a little bit to be desired. Nonetheless, we're gonna take this to the track and see how it performs. All right, you guys know the deal. We're doing the same course. I'd say with this car, you know, in terms of the top end being a little bit lower because it's electric, let's shoot for like 2 minutes 50 seconds, 2 minutes 55. We're gonna struggle with traction though, but let me show you while we go. So let's start and we will take off. You know, there's really not much wheel spin. There wasn't much wheel spin with the Obe Ad Drafter as well, but you could see already a little bit almost how like finicky the car is. I don't want to say it's bad. It's just like a little bit slidey. And it doesn't need to be. If it was like a little bit more planted, it would be different. It doesn't feel like the Pfister Comets. It feels different. It feels like an electric car that kind of slides all around the track and around the map. And I'm not sure what to make of it because in a sense, it doesn't feel like it's so uncontrollable, but also I feel like when you're driving this car and you absolutely need it to have the traction that you need to get around a turn, you lose it. And that's when the car decides to stop listening to your driver input and step out on you. And this is like just an awful, awful run by me. I almost want to restart, but I don't think we're going to get a great time nonetheless. We're certainly not going to beat the Obe Ad Drafter in terms of time, so maybe I'll once again revise this car and say almost 3 minutes because I feel like the top end is pretty low. As you can see, just driving down the hill here, you could tell we're not going that fast at all. So, you know, the top speed being lower, and of course the handling leaving a little bit to be desired here. This is why I'm actually including the podium vehicle, which is this car, second today. Usually, you know, for you guys who have been fans of this series and love to see these, thank you, by the way. We usually talk about the podium vehicle first, but not this time. This is just not the time that we're going to be doing it here. Lester has got to stop talking to me as well. Look at this, man. We are like sliding, slipping. I don't even know what to say about some of this stuff, man. It just feels very, very strange to see the fact that, you know, I want this car to get itself around the turn, but it keeps wanting, like that tail end, man, it keeps wanting to step out. And I think, you know, once again, if this was an ICE car and we had, you know, the engine in the rear, just like basically every single Porsche, then we wouldn't have this problem because that rear weight bias would be a lot better. But right now, it's just, it feels bizarre almost. Like it's a very, like, see, these turns, these sweeping turns are fine for the car. Anytime you take a sharp turn like this, whether you let off the throttle or not, the car, it just swings side to side like a pendulum, and I really just don't like that. And so, in terms of aesthetics, the car is like a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. It looks great. I have my quarrels with the front of the car, but the rear, it looks great, just like any other Porsche you'd find just driving around. Porsches are amazing looking vehicles, but when it comes to the performance of this car, it's just not one that I would want to drive because of the handling characteristics. And you could see, actually, wow, we made incredible time. Holy crap, look at this. So once we cross, boom, 2 minutes, 47 seconds. Even with all those driver errors, surprisingly a lot faster around this track than I thought. So that is a plus. I'm not trying to rag on this car. I do like it. But at the same time, there are just some things with it that I just don't appreciate. And it's that swinging pendulum handling that it's got. It doesn't suit this car. You know, does it fit on the car? Maybe. Is that sort of the balance that Rockstar added to it? Otherwise, it would be like too good of an electric car. I don't know. But nonetheless, as it stands right now, that would be the one thing turning me off from it. But as the podium vehicle, you can win it for absolutely free. You should be spinning the lucky wheel every day. So, I mean, you might as well try and win it, you know? But yeah, my biggest quarrel with this car is just the handling. It loves to swing side to side, left and right. It's a little bit annoying when you're driving. But with that all being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Those are the free vehicles you can get this week, both with the Diamond Casino and Resort podium vehicle, which is the Fister Neon, and of course, this Obe Ad Drafter LS Car Me prize ride that I am driving here right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram for more GTA Online content like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.